Today is Saturday, the 28th of February 2015, and Jaden is gonna play his first steel pan song, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Here we go.
Jaden, in many ways, is a normal kid. But when he gets on stage, he transforms into almost somebody completely different.
When people ask about Jaden, they see all of these things that he's able to do, and they're like, wow, like he's an incredible talent. But then when you meet him, like, he is like a super chill kid. He's really laid back. He has a really good time in rehearsal. He comes in, big smile on his face. It's not until you hear him play that you realize, oh wow, this kid is really exceptional.
I think we started getting Jaden into music probably around 7 years old, 7 or 8, when I got him his first steel pan. With both of his parents being musicians, I think it's in his DNA. Even though Jaden wasn't born in Trinidad and Tobago, the home of the steel pan, we always encourage him and his sister Jada to understand their roots. And so they hear Trinidadian music all the time. They're familiar with the dances, same thing for culture from Panama. It's not lost on us the incredible responsibility that Jaden has on his shoulders and will continue to have on his shoulders if he ultimately continues to pursue this path. Because the instrument is the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and an instrument, truth be told, so many Caribbean countries identify with. They're extremely passionate about it. So, as much as we would love to see Jaden continue to succeed as an individual, we're also excited to see what he can do to open new doors for up-and-coming steel pan musicians or musicians in general.
I've been playing music for, I'd say, around half, if not most of my life. I've been doing steel pans since I was around 7 or 8. I got my first tenor pan around that time. I really enjoy working with my dad with the TNT project because not many kids can say that they're able to have such an amazing musician as a father, and being able to perform with him is such a luxury. I love performing, and I also love being able to spread the instrument to people that don't know the instrument. It's quite a lot of people since it's a rare instrument to find. What I really want for the pan is not just that it becomes more common, it becomes to the point where people don't think twice about it.
It's such a special thing being able to perform with your child. And I've been at this music thing for most of my life, since I was 11 years old, and I'm 50. And honestly, when Jaden provides accompaniment for me on the piano, it just feels so natural. He's one of the best accompanists I've ever had. He's so musically sensitive. His time is solid. It's just so special. And I think what we have is somewhat rare in the world of music, sort of a father and son collaboration, especially in the steel pan universe.
Jaden actually came to us probably around 8 years old. He was one of our very first participants in our first ever kids program. I think similar to what we see in his musical career and his musical talents, the level of focus and the level of commitment that he puts to things, it's very different than you would see most kids at 8, 10, 12, 16, 17 put into anything that they do. And I think that that's one of the biggest assets that he has, is that he can remain very focused and very committed to everything he does.
I've always been fascinated by the many different worlds that Jaden lives in. In some ways, it's very rare. And at one point, you can find him in the gym wrestling with adults. And then later that night, he comes home after having dinner, and then he's practicing the most beautiful piece by Chopin or an intense calypso piece by Len Boogsie Sharp. And that's been really, really fascinating to me, how he can straddle, many different worlds.
My inspiration to perform, it really comes from my dad, because I remember before I would always be seeing him like a rock star on the stage every time performing and getting all these standing ovations, and I'd be like, wow, I really want that to happen to me. I really want to be the best at everything I do, especially if I really like it. Because when I'm going around doing music or martial arts, I always have this mentality that's like, if they can do it, why can't I? Different musicians like Lang Lang, John Williams, Yujia Wang, I always see them performing all the time, and I'm thinking to myself, why can't I do that? What can I do in order to do that? They were also regular people, and then they were able to raise to that standard, so I'm thinking, why can't I do it? It just involves a lot of hard work and doing the right things,
Jaden, when he says, I want to be a soloist, that's, I've been in education for 20 years, and I have a number of students that are professional musicians, and and you kind of see them in high school, and they aren't, we all grow up when we grow up, so they're not always the hardest worker or the most talented, but eventually at some point they learn how to be that professional. But I've never had a kid tell me I want to be a soloist, so. It's really fascinating for me just to listen to, okay, so is this what that looks like when they're 14, 15, and 16? Is that what that's going to turn out to be? So I'm really excited to see, how that plays out. But I'll be honest with people, I don't know. I sure hope so, because it'd be really cool. And certainly, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him.